Hey everybody, how's it going? Yogurt here. Hope you're all doing well and having a great day, night, afternoon, evening, whatever it happens to be for you, wherever you happen to be, whenever you happen to be watching this. I hope you're doing well and staying safe out there. Let's get going with episode 8 of Control here, the Let's Play series I've got going on. Picking up, we just spoke with the hotline after finding it, and now we're going to speak with Emily again, who should have a lot more information according to the hotline via Director Trench. Here we go, picking up right where we left off. Don't remember this door being here before. Because we came in through that door, went in through there, I looked around here, this door wasn't here, so we're gonna go, well, look at the map real quick, but we're gonna go this way. So yeah, because we need to go to the boardroom, so yeah, this seems to be the most direct route to get there, I think. Never know in the ever-changing building and such. Director's office, oh, okay, so that's handy. So the director's office connects almost directly to the hotline chamber. At least now. Again, don't remember the door being here in the first place. That's cool. I don't remember being in his office when we were in here earlier either. Trench, Bureau funding, Federal Bureau of Control to all executive staff. I know there is some concern regarding our operations exceeding the annual budget. So long as we operate within the oldest house, we are obscured from scrutiny in many respects. If our budget demands are not exorbitant to the point of drawing attention, then they will be granted by the U.S. Treasury without question. The FBC is just another line in another spreadsheet that some lowly accountant won't even notice. Their eyes will skip over us as if we weren't even there. The nature of the oldest house allows us certain freedoms in how we operate. Our being here is no accident. Regards, Zachariah Trench, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. In other words, don't worry about it. And, oh, we got some other stuff that I didn't realize we got also, so let's check it. Hotline. OOP3-UE, Containment Procedure. Object should be inaccessible for use except to the Director. Description: para-utility object is a 1960s era red bake-like telephone. The rotary dial has been replaced with a black knob of unknown purpose. The phone weighs redacted. Why redact that? The object allows the director to communicate with the redacted. If used by anyone other than the director, the object will cause lethal redacted. See Darling Representation 11.6 for more information. Interesting. The object is currently bound to Director Trench. Background: the object spontaneously manifested in the director's office, placed on the desk. Director Northmore was the first known bureau agent to use it. A battery of tests were run on the object, including redacted and redacted, but its origin remains unknown. ID hotline OOP-UE acquisition 8965. Containment location Hotline Chamber executive sector. Multimedia.
Ring, ring. It's Dr. Darling calling. In 1978, a comms department intern heard the hotline ring and picked it up, going against every safety protocol in the manual. She never recovered, and the handful of witnesses required extensive memory repression therapy. It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well. Our very own Ouija board. Only the director can answer it safely, and what he hears is kept classified.
I kind of saw that one earlier in passing, but I like to actually watch them, because you catch a little bit more. Oh. Oh, that's right, it gave me a bunch of these, so...
It took us a long time to learn how to stabilize the control points, the ley lines, the meridians of the oldest house. Darling found a way to soothe this beast. We discovered we must cleanse control points of all interference. It's my duty as the director, like Northmore before me. I couldn't manage it in my own house, at my home. I'll damn well do it here.
Interesting.
Without the control points, the oldest house would swallow us alive. We'd be sealed inside an endless labyrinth, and no one would hear our screams. If an enemy ever managed to corrupt the control points, it'd be over fast, spreading like a cancer, leaping over the fire breaks like a crown fire. They are the weak point. Darling's right about that. He's wrong about everything else. Dangerously wrong. Suspiciously wrong.
What exactly was he wrong about everything
compromised.
else? What everything else was he wrong about? So interesting. Wasn't sure what these hotlines... I remember now at the end of the last episode, after we made it through everything to get to the hotline, it dumped these on us and we were going to watch them. So now we watch them and find out more information about quite a lot.
I can hear the hotline ringing in my dreams, constantly ringing. Ringing so loud I can't hear the voice I'm straining to understand. Why don't I pick up? It's a secure line of communication with the board. They would tell me what I need to know. Do I fear their answers? Would they have warned me of this threat? I didn't see it coming. The traitor in our midst. A conspiracy plotted right behind me. I can't trust anyone. I must assume all my intel has been manipulated. The hotline is the only channel I can trust. Bind it, control it. The rule and the ritual with objects of power. It can't be tampered with. The lifeline to the astral plane and the board. I must seek guidance. Soon. I'll rest first. I'm so tired. Always tired now. But I must reach the hotline. I think I'm under attack. An attack of dementia, exhaustion. It's a brain cloud making me forget. The hotline. I must reach the hotline.
Interesting. So, not entirely clear when these were recorded or however you want to say it, but so he was getting paranoid. There's a traitor in the midst. Did the board see this coming? What exactly is this? I'm unclear at the moment. I'm assuming he's talking about the Hiss invasion or whatever you want to call it. So, but that makes me think this was recent, or has he known it was coming for a while? Yeah, it's all unclear.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do.
I think we saw
Some
this
even
one.
better. They have proven themselves. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. So I followed my own orders. Northmore hated my guts for that. But things change when you become director. You suddenly see this dark void for the horror show it truly is, filled with screaming fear we pretend to control. Sand leaks through my fingers. The roses I pruned in the garden back when I still had a family, all dead. Heat
What happened
escapes
to his
my
family?
body. My thoughts are scattered. The universe keeps expanding. I can't keep up with it alone. When I forget that, things go wrong. And my team has to pick up the pieces. Damage control. To help me get out of my mess.
So he doesn't want to ask for help, but every time he doesn't, it goes wrong. family was all killed, apparently, or all dead. Don't know how, if they were killed or what. Apparently, he was an agent or something in the FBC prior to becoming the director, unlike us. So, I guess that answers a question that hadn't really occurred to me that I had, but now I realize I must have. Which is, does the director always come from outside randomly like we do? Or I don't know if it's randomly because somebody was talking to us to bring us here. Again, don't know if it was the director, the board, or I think it's something else. I don't think it's the board because we're not telling people it's talking to us. I don't think it's Trench because we already told Emily that Trench has been communicating with us, so I'm a bit unclear. But we weren't already a member of the FBC in some fashion, and Trench was, so I guess the board doesn't always choose a director from outside like we were. Nor does it always choose from inside like he was. Seems to be.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino is a familiar friend to me. I stayed in countless motels like it while investigating AWEs across the country, back in my field agent days. Those roadside motels all bleed together like a dream. Same and not the same. Anywhere and nowhere. The Ocean View operates on dream logic, and the light switch cord leaks out to be found in the most unexpected places, and sometimes successfully encouraged to appear and act as a convenient lock to keep out those not trained in dreamscape navigation. Even Bureau veterans can only find one key in the motel. The key that opens the door marked with the inverted black pyramid.
At least he said it's inverted.
The many other doors are still mysteries to us. We're all merely guests there. Even the board. Sometimes I need to visit, just to breathe easier for a while. It beats the numb, sterile apartment I spend my nights in, insulated from everything but myself. I guess that's where the whiskey comes in.
Probably. It's still unclear what the motel's purpose is, and sounds like so is he, and so is all of the FBC, and even the board, apparently. Which is interesting, so from where does it come?
Something's coming. The whispers growing louder. The worst winter storm in Bureau history. Retribution for my sins. Our sins. This threat could destroy the Bureau. Everything I've built. Destroy me. A web spun, turning this place against me. I catch glimpses of it in the corner of my eye.
Okay, so he doesn't know what it is yet.
Out of reach. Elusive.
Answers that question-ish.
It's clever. A perverse game of hide and seek. Is this part of an attack? Obfuscating the facts. Dimming my eyes. It's hard to tell. I need answers. I haven't heard back from Darling. I fear for my friend, my closest ally. I think we made a terrible mistake all those years ago. That thing he studies is putting us all in danger. It's my duty as director to keep the Bureau safe. It'll be difficult. What's done can't be undone. There's no easy fix. Magical thinking is a requirement for survival. Pain and suffering are mandatory. To change things, you have to break yourself. I don't know if I have the strength. I'm old and weak. I'm afraid. I can see my hands trembling. I'm losing control.
Uh-oh. Given that's what this game seems to be all about, hence the title, which is the title's making a lot more sense now. In multiple ways. Game, huh? cryptic as always. Alright. Still a bunch of stuff we can't do anything with. Alright. Read our full mission brief here. Unknown caller Emily instructs Jesse to find the hotline and object of power in the form of an old telephone to understand the messages from the dead director trying to communicate with her. They hope he can provide insight into the Hiss invasion. On her way to the hotline, Jessie gains the launch ability by binding the floppy disk, another object of power. She is forced to fight the Hiss-corrupted head of communications, Alberto Tomasi. Jessie uses the hotline to call Trench. He talks about finding his management team, Dr. Casper Darling, head of research, and Helen Marshall, head of operations, potential allies against the Hiss. And this is telling us to speak with Emily. I suspect that's because we don't know where Marshall is yet. And we got something else, a health boost. That's 15%, that's 16. Yeah, not having any issues with energy or launch. Yeah, less energy to use it, more energy, energy recovery speed, health recovery per element, health recovery per element, energy recovery speed. Deconstruct, let's see what that does. So it gives me more of those, which I don't know what these are for yet, and I don't know what that is either. Okay, yeah, so... yeah, don't know what that's indicating. Speak with Emily we go. I wonder if there's going to be any more... if I can get in here yet. I'm guessing not, since it's still... oh, I can. It's still red, so I figured I couldn't, but I guess I can with the clearance cards I have now. Nah, we'll pick all the stuff up and then read it. Got it. Agent Death Notification, Federal Bureau of Control. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Potts, I regret to inform you that your son Graham Potts was killed on active duty this past week. While the details surrounding his death are classified, I am honored to tell you that he died in the service of his country. You can be proud of his courage in the face of danger and his commitment to protecting our nation against her enemies. He will be remembered by his comrades and colleagues. I sincerely regret the pain this message will bring you. Take some solace in knowing that his sacrifice helped protect the country he loved so much. His effects will be returned to you with all speed. Sincerely yours, Howard J. Murray, Deputy Chief of Communications, Federal Bureau of Control. More assets. Really looking forward to finding out what I do with all that undefined reading material and the other handful of things. Still no way in there. Curious as to whether or not there's anything. Curious as to if there is anything else I can open. Talking is hard at the moment. Normally a bit more articulate than this, but as I was trying to say, I wonder if there are any other doors that I can open now that I have, I believe it's a level 1 clearance and the security card for Tomasi. I don't know if that grants me higher than level 1 or not. But I was able to open at least one door I wasn't able to open before. Let's see about this one. Clearance level 1. So yes, it should, because I clearance level 1 now. Cool. Para utility. That will be probably interesting at the very least, and potentially helpful. We shall see. Another house memory. Don't know what to do with that either. Collectibles. Para-utility. Examination of paranatural topics, objects of power, and their para-utility. Summary. Objects of power are unique in their capacity to grant certain individuals paranatural abilities. We call these individuals para-utilitarians. The potency of these abilities depends on the para-utilitarian. Using the redacted object of power as an example, some para-utilitarians can achieve a throw distance of redacted, while others are only capable of as little as redacted. See Dr. Darling Presentation 11.15 for more information. What exactly determines an individual's paranatural competence is unknown, but it is largely believed that some redacted exist within the body and that, like all muscles, it can be exercised. To continue my analysis, I have officially requested access to the Northmore records, considering he is one of the most accomplished para-utilitarians the Bureau has ever seen. Dr. Darling is still considering this request. Refer to File 854-1982 for full report. Interesting. So, we don't all have the same telekinetic abilities. Now I wonder how mine compare to other people's. Cane measuring and all that. Okay, less about that and more just out of sheer curiosity of how mine compare. More undefined reading material. Collective unconscious. Examination of paranatural topics. Collective unconscious. Summary. Collective unconscious is defined as a form of the unconscious that is shared in all human minds. From this arises unconscious knowledge linking us through our ancestral heritage. See Young Report, page 12-34. Through this collective unconscious, we unknowingly attribute a series of images and archetypes to all elements of our lives. These archetypes are never fixed, but shift and change in tandem with our species and culture. This internal belief in the power of images, shared by a massive population, is redacted in the creation of altered items and objects of power. The sheer amount of redacted exuded is attached. The sheer amount of redacted exuded is attracted to the best representation of that image, imbuing a single object with massive amounts of redacted. Theoretically, places of power could likewise be formed by the simple power of sustained collective belief. Refer to File 5-14-75-32 for full report. Places of power. Makes me think of Geralt. Place of power. I should draw from it. But, different type of place of power, and I don't think it's told us about places of power yet, has it? Hey, where's all my stuff? Oh, there we go. Points. Notes told us about places or objects of power, but not places of power yet, which maybe I'll find that here in a minute. Typically when I'm looking for something to find information about something like that that I haven't put down, I'm like, oh, where is it? Huh, I can't find it. Maybe I missed it. I usually find it in a few minutes. Yep, didn't think so, because I'm only clearance level 1, but thought I'd give it a try. They really hide some of these things on you sometimes, I think. Better recoil efficiency. Canon exclusive to Shatter. Which I don't have yet as far as I know. It's through here. Oh. Well, crap. Probably could have come directly through there, or maybe I couldn't have yet, I don't know. Can I talk to random NPCs? No. Didn't figure I could. Technological restrictions. Examination of paranatural topics. Technological limitations of the oldest house. Summary. The oldest house imposes certain limitations on our bureau, but by far the most restrictive is the inability to use certain technological instruments. The oldest house does not allow devices that receive or emit any redacted signal. Radio waves are the only transmittable signals in the oldest house, and even those are often unreliable. If the power of collective unconscious is taken into account, it could be that certain pieces of technology are too new and the cultural redacted for the oldest house to redacted them. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles for altered status. Technology may be moving at too fast a pace for the redacted to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Oh, break here in the oldest house, rather. I gotcha. That would explain a lot of the old retro stuff. At least they gave an explanation for it instead of just doing it for the aesthetic, which the aesthetic's cool, but having some sort of explanation is nice. Redacted agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in their pockets while entering the oldest house. So, definitely a job where you listen to the rule of leaving your cell phone outside, or at home, or not bringing it in, whatever. Refer to file 4-19-1935 for a full report. Yeah. This place really means it when they tell you to leave your phone outside. There's no cell phone policy. Hate to think the consequences of the no dating policy, but Still unclear as to what those dude turning them on does. They look like little radios, but I don't know that that's what they are because they don't seem to turn on music. Launch efficiency. I already know what that is, more or less. Yep. Alright. Shifted bathroom complaint. Okay. Federal Bureau of Control. Listen, I know you can't control building shifts, but the executive level restroom has been missing for weeks now. Well, that is a problem. I worked my ass off in the Islamabad station for 3 years. I've earned the right to a nice workplace shitter. If you can't bring it back, at least find out where it went. D. Rodriguez. That's a legitimate complaint, and yeah, I can't disagree with that. Not having a bathroom would be highly unfortunate, to say the least, so... Oh, what did I get? Must have gotten another asset. I hit the button too soon and missed what I got. But must have been an asset since it didn't find anything. Wasn't there another thing in here? No? Okay, maybe I'm losing my mind. I would have sworn there was another thing to pick up, read something. Nothing in here? Surprisingly large room to not have anything. There's the boardroom where I'm supposed to be talking to Emily. Okay, open this already. Just want to make sure I go in everywhere I can so I know I've done it, so next time if there's rooms that are... Okay, that's where I went last time. Okay. So any of the rooms red that are red now, if they're green next time and I notice it, I know to go there. Sector elevator, that's where I came in. And through here, I think, yeah, that's just the torture room or whatever it seems to be. Torture room, holding cell. Still can't go in there. Probably did tell me the clearance level and I didn't pay attention, so that's my bad. I wonder if I have any other outfits. Nope. But apparently I'll get some. But alrighty, so this is a good place to leave it off, I think. Yeah, alright. And on that note... Yeah, so that was part 8 of Control, or episode 8. I keep going back and forth between which one I'm saying. I kind of like episode, I don't know, I like them both. So I'll probably keep using them interchangeably. They both mean the same thing for these purposes, so you all know what I'm talking about, so it's all good. But anyway, that was episode 8 of Control Let's Play series. Hope you enjoyed it. Quite a large information dump on that one. We went through all of the pieces from the hotline, the clips from the director, told us a whole heck of a lot, and now it wants us to talk to Emily. So we're on our way to do that. She's in the boardroom, which is right where we are. We worked our way back here, had some killing to do, and also had a bunch of stuff to read. Definitely been an information overload of a series, or of an episode rather. But yeah, that's good. We're learning a lot more. We wanted some information because we didn't know what in the world was going on. What WTF was going on, as the episode 1 title has been kind of a persistent theme up until now. And still is. We don't really know what's going on, but we know a little bit more. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please drop a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Even drop me a comment. If you don't like it, also, you know, you can give me a thumbs down if you want. I prefer the thumbs up, but if you know, you can be honest. And also, again, feel free to be in the comments. Just, you know, be constructive about it if you weren't a big fan. And yeah. Also, if you want to catch up with me and live and hang out and chat, we can do so. I live stream every Saturday 10:15 a.m. Pacific and every Tuesday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. So feel free to drop in those here on YouTube. They're a lot of fun. Talk about all kinds of things, playing Witcher 3 currently. If you want to catch up on those live streams, there should be a card popping up right about now, and that'll be a link to the Witcher live streams. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, I should say, be more specific. So click on that if you want to catch up on those, or join us live. Have a lot of fun. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and click that bell icon so you can get notified when I go live, or post a new video like episode 9 of Control Let's Play series that will be up after this one. So yeah, probably be up tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay safe out there, have fun, and I will see you next time. Thanks everybody.